chairman of the Democratic Party that we could ever have, someone who cut his teeth doing grassroots work, civil rights work, and is now here to serve us in this country. Please welcome the chairman of the National Democratic Party, Tim Kaine.
Thank you guys. Hello, Conrad. This is great. Thank you very much. It is an honor to be back in Colorado. I grew up in Kansas and used to come here in the summers for fun, family in Denver. We put on a great convention in '08. Every time I come to Denver, I get warm feelings. Give yourselves a big round of applause. I'm also excited to be here because there's so much good work that's been done by the Colorado Democrats over the years, doing good work for people, winning elections. We're standing with so many great representatives of the party here, and you're going to hear from a number of them. And so I'm going to try to be a little bit brief. What you as a party have gotten a national reputation for strong party and pulling together and showing unity. And here we are 2 days, 2 days. 2 days after a challenging election between two wonderful Democrats, where good Democrats were on both sides. This Democratic Party in Colorado is pulling together. You set an example, not just for Coloradans, you set an example for Democrats all over this country. So give yourselves another round of applause. You're going to hear later today from somebody who set a wonderful tone the other night in the aftermath of the race. Romanoff, a great champion. Democratic values.
Oh, shoot. Grace, where is it plugged?
Test. Okay, so did you hear that? You're going to hear in a few minutes from a great Democrat who set a great unity tone the other night, Andrew Romanoff, with the wonderful... There's a lot at stake in these elections. We have, as Democrats, have been doing what we always do, doing the heavy lifting in a tough time to change an economy that was shrinking to one that's growing. Instead of losing jobs, we're gaining jobs. We're reforming Wall Street. We're doing health insurance reform, all the big things that we know how to do. We're not where we want to be yet. But the only way we'll get there is if we put good partners in place in November and keep moving forward, not backward. Everybody for that? Yeah. With great candidates like your mayor, Mayor Hickenlooper, running for governor, with Joe Garcia, who I think is here. We've got the House Speaker and the Majority Leader in the Senate. You guys are holding on to majorities, right? And with Michael Bennet, you're going to have a state senator who has expertise in business, expertise in education, trying to break down that gridlock that can often get in the way of getting things done. Michael's exactly the kind of person that we need to have in Washington because we have so much more good work to be done, and it will only be done if we continue to have strong Democratic majorities. And Michael Bennet is going to be a great senator, continue to be a great senator for Colorado. Michael will talk a little bit more about his opponent, but you know some things about his opponent. Ken Buck would likely cut unemployment benefits for 75,000 working Coloradans who are currently relying on them, end student loans for more than 186,000 Colorado students, ban birth control, support the Personhood Amendment, take away women's rights, even in the events of rape and incest. It doesn't stop there, and I'm going to let others talk about it, but the choice is clear between a candidate who's going to do the good work that Coloradans demand and keep us moving forward, and somebody who will take us back. So is everybody on board for electing these great Democrats this fall? Let me now introduce a great congressman. I told him I'd try to keep the introduction down to less than 30 minutes. I'm going to make it real quick. I don't have to introduce you to Ed Perlmutter, a great congressman. I love a lot about this guy, but this government and a grocery thing, he should have trademarked his patent to them. It's such a smart idea to just always go out to people and listen to them. And when you do that, you're always a good public servant. Let me bring up your Congressman, Ed Perlmutter. before you. Are you fired up? Yeah! Are you ready to go? Yeah! All right. Change began right here in Colorado to turn this nation around. That change has to keep going. We've got to move forward. Just as the president said, we want to put the car in D for Democrat and not R for Republican. This is a time in our state's history when we can keep this country moving forward. We do that together because we're better together than we are apart. We have a great state. We have a great nation. Democrats across this country have helped reverse the 8 years of the George Bush era of tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires, prosecuting wars without paying for them, and letting Wall Street run amok without any police. It's our turn. It's our time. We will keep this country moving forward, and I know we will do it in a unified manner. United States of America, this is one of the best states around, and we will continue to move forward. We've got great candidates up and down the ticket. We've gotten through the first quarter. We've got a lot of work to do, ladies and gentlemen, to bring this thing home. We're going to get people out for early voting. We are going to work every single day to keep this state blue. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce our Lieutenant Governor, who's been working so hard on behalf of this state and certainly on behalf of public education, Barbara O'Brien.
Wow, what a crowd, and a Colorado day. We usually have a little more sun, but we'll take it. This is good for us. You know, we are so blessed in this state to have so many leaders who have stood up for Colorado, and to know that we had a tough Senate fight, but it was between two outstanding leaders who had the best interest of Colorado in their hearts. And I know that when we go forward, we're going to back Michael Bennet, but that we're also going to back Andrew Romanoff because he has the talent and the skills to continue making wonderful change for Colorado in whatever he does next. It's really hard to create change and to make progress. There are always all sorts of reasons not to do anything, as we hear very often from the Republican side of things. But we are making progress, and we have to keep pushing forward. We have got to make sure that we win this election and that these great candidates who are putting themselves out there come home winners and make sure we keep up moving in the path that we've set up. So I want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank everyone for coming together, and I can't wait to see the great campaigns we're going to be putting together to make sure Democrats get elected and keep leadership moving in a good direction for everyone.